Hello, this is Nicole. Welcome to my channel. In this video I'm making one of my favorite fashion accessories, a hat. Not just any hat, a top hat. Unfortunately, it's not for me. It's for my Lady Kraken, which is a work in progress doll customization project, so naturally it will be a miniature hat. I am using crafting foam to cut out the three main parts of the hat. I am following a quite simple pattern, a circle, a ring and the in-between band. I didn't take any precise measurements, because I always try to avoid that. I just measured my doll's head to determine the length of the band and cut everything else according to that. I don't want the hat to be black, so I will use this old skirt of mine that I am no longer wearing to cover it. I truly enjoy finding new purposes for my old clothes. Well, for my old stuff in general. That way I can keep them with me a little bit longer. I decided to use hot silicone to glue the fabric to the foam, but I believe many other types of glue could work as well. To cover the bottom side of the brim, I used a piece of my skirt without any design on it, since it's not going to show much. This time I used wood glue for the sake of variety, and indeed it worked just fine. When deciding what type of glue should I use, it's most of the time a matter of speed. Hot silicone is convenient if you need immediate results. White glue or wood glue, on the other hand, takes more time to dry, but for this reason it's easier to control. Plus, you don't have to fight with all those hot silicone strings. I am gluing a piece of thin rope to the edge of the brim to create volume. Rope is another one of my favorite materials, and I never miss a chance to use it whenever I can. It's perfect for creating shapes like ribs or any kind of uniform cylindrical form. Second cover layer. This beautiful plastic lace is actually a decorative material that came with a bouquet of flowers from my beloved. I always keep any decorative elements from flowers. Laces, ribbons, beautiful colorful papers, all that are great materials for crafting projects. You just need a person romantic enough to bring you flowers often, and I'm very lucky to have one. Adding that second layer was an experiment, and I'm very pleased with the result. It's a beautiful mix of designs and colors that creates depth and making the whole thing much more interesting. I chose a satin blue ribbon once again from my flower bouquets accessories, which creates a great contrast with that warm cherry color, and the hat as a main structure is ready. Now I need to work on the style. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that this hat is for a doll customization project, and the doll that I'm working on is going to be transformed into a Lady Kraken, kind of half girl, half octopus. So I thought it would be rather suitable to go for a steampunk style. After all, she would live 20,000 leagues under the sea. And somewhere there, I think the whole steampunk style originated, right? From our beloved Jules Verne and the majestic Nautilus. I am using Warbler, a thermoplastic material that you can mold in any shape you like after heating, to create strips along the edges of the hat that will serve as metallic elements. And I'm heating the whole thing with my heat gun so I can bend the sides of the brim into a wavy shape. As an undercoat on the Warbler, I am using a bright metallic copper color. I want the metal to look old and rusty, so I am adding a second layer of very watery dark brown. More metallic elements will be created with these lovely 3D stickers, which I use whenever I want to simulate nails, screws, things like that. I am painting them black as the base color. And then I am adding a second thin layer of metallic silver. This ensured I am achieving the metallic effect that I want without having them being too bright and shiny. To emphasize that old and rusty look, I am adding a third layer of black. Well, more of a black wash actually, just a small amount of black color in water. I am painting loosely and wiping most of it off with my fingers to get the result that I want. As a final touch, I am adding some turquoise details here and there. As I said, this hat is for my Lady Kraken who lives underwater. Naturally, I want any metallic elements to look oxidized from the salty seawater. So here we are, the main body of the hat is ready and I'm very pleased with how it's turning out so far.
Good morning, everyone.
Now let's work a bit more on that steampunk aesthetic, aiming to create this fusion of magic and machinery. So I am reaching into my little treasure box. My treasure box contains mostly broken watches, which is a great fetish of mine. I might find something here to decorate the hat and give it a more industrial look. Steampunk is typically set in a 19th century Victorian world. It's a mix of retro aesthetic blended with futuristic elements such as cogs, gears, levers, clockwork and steam machinery. It captures the spirit of exploration and adventure, combined with magic and often featuring mythical creatures, like my girl. Also, a lot of times there is something nautical about it, so it's the perfect style for a creature of the deep sea. I am using whatever I can find to support this atmosphere, and I am very glad to see that some leads from my broken watches surprisingly create this nautical feeling. So I am using black, brown and turquoise color again to make them look oxidized, and on they go onto the hat.
I really do love that hat.
Of course, I couldn't skip a clock face itself. I would use it even if it didn't fit, though it does, with the steampunk style. As I said, clocks are a fetish of mine. Now, let's dive deeper. Let's add some organic elements. Since this hat will be worn by a mythical creature of the deep sea, I am going to add some sea life. Real corals and sea shells will make their home on it. To create sea plants and seaweed, I am reaching once again for flower decorative packaging, and this time I am using a different type of, well, I don't know if I can call this lace. It's something similar. I got rid of the pink color using green acrylics. I painted a few pieces and then formed them in a bouquet using super glue. Time for the last decorative act. I glued these tiny bouquets of seaweed using wood glue this time in different spots around the brim, between the corals, the seashells and the mechanical elements. After that, the steampunk top hat for my Lady Kraken was complete. Let's have a proper look. What do you think of my mini top hat? Is it suitable for a mysterious creature that lives in the deep sea? Do you like hats in general? What is your favorite hat? Your favorite style? I would love to know. Please tell me in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you great crafting adventures. See you on my next video.